on winnfm. Hi, this is Lavi. Let's get real. Wednesday nights at 8 on winnfm. Get ready for an hour of real talk that will keep you engaged and informed, bringing you insights, the hottest topics of the moment, and perspectives that matter from the runway to the political arena. Real talk with Lavi covers all. Let's get real. Wednesday nights at 8 on winnfm. Let's get real on winnfm. Hi, this is Lavi. Let's get real. Wednesday nights at 8 on winnfm. Get ready for an hour of real talk that will keep you engaged and informed, bringing you insights, the hottest topics of the moment, and perspectives that matter from the runway to the political arena. Real talk with Lavi covers all. Let's get real. Wednesday nights at 8 on winnfm. glass house, don't throw stone. A pleasant good evening to you. I am Lavern Gumbs, and once again, I'm back here with you to present Real Talk with Lavi. This evening, I will be having none other than Mr. Styly up there in, ouch. How do I do this? Um, could you please call the number that I gave you? Because I'm on right now live, okay? Um, so, Mr. Styly, if you can, could you please call the number that I give to you, please? All right. Yeah. Once again, it's a beautiful Wednesday evening right down here in St. Kitts and Nevis. A bit slightly rainy on the outside, but nevertheless, it's a beautiful weather. I just got to let you guys know that tonight I will be having Mr. Styly Morris. He's supposed to be joining us by phone so he can, give us a little update about Mr. King Elliat. So, Mr. Styly, if you are hearing me right now, please call back, but call the number that I give to you. Yeah, I realize you just called me back on Messenger, but I want you to call me on the number that I give to you. So if you're hearing me right now, Mr. Styly, I am on right now. All right, so once again, it's a beautiful Wednesday night, and welcome to Real Talk with Lavi. I just got a little distracted because in the middle I received a phone call from my guest, and I'm hoping that he will be calling on the number that I give to him. Yeah, so Mr. Styly Morris, if you're out there, please give me a call. This is Real Talk with Lavi once again. I am so overwhelmed. This is my first time from since the music festival, a long weekend for everyone, and I must tell you guys that I did had an experience of a lifetime. This is not my first music festival, but I've been to many music festival over the years from the beginning, and it was a real experience. Like I said, I was able to interact with some of the artists, both local and the international artists. A lot of the artists stand out to me. I was very impressed with our homegrown local talents. I feel that their performance was exceptional. I have to say a pleasant good evening to Mr. Colin Wyatt. Oh boy, I don't know how to do this. All right, Mr. Morris, Styly, are you hearing me? Yeah. Could you call the number that I gave to you because I'm on live right now? Yeah, I've been calling it just from over there going through, I don't know why. Tough House can tough. Just send it to me on WhatsApp, right? I send it to you on WhatsApp, yes, but do you want to stay on this where you're at and we have the conversation? Yeah, once the people hear me. They can hear you, right? You can hear him? They can hear you loud and clear, so you can stay there. All right. Well, I just want to before you start, Mr. Morris, just let me finish this so I can introduce you properly to the people. Once again, this is Real Talk with Lavi. This evening, I have Mr. Styly Morris on the telephone, and he's going to be telling us, I guess, his experience and shedding some light on none other than Mr. King Elliat himself. Mr. Morris, if you have any kind of background noise or anything, yeah, can you?
You can hear me clearly, Lavern?
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you clearly. No problem.
First and foremost, I want to say good night to the people of St. Kitts and the fans of the great King Elliat. The situation really was after he left dialysis, his breathing wasn't right. So the coma that he was in was an induced coma. They had to do that.
Need to see it.
Get him stabilized. And he was in the coma for like 2 days. He's out of the coma. I spoke to him yesterday.
So bring it back here.
Patrick Rogers, QG Rogers.
Come here. Give me this.
Yes, so
Huh?
he sound hearty, but still a little sluggy. You check? So we need all the praise still we can get.
Wait, Styly,
Yes?
just give me a second. I'm gonna call you back. I'm gonna go take a commercial break and I'll call you back just right now, okay?
All right.
Okay, yeah, bye. All right, friends, the show is gonna happen. I will be right back with you for a short commercial break, okay? Let's Get Real on WinFM. Hi, this is Lavi. Let's Get Real, Wednesday nights at 8 on WinFM. Get ready for an hour of real talk that will keep you engaged and informed, bringing you insights, the hottest topics of the moment, and perspectives that matter from the runway to the political arena. Real Talk with Lavi covers it all. Let's Get Real, Wednesday nights at 8 on WinFM. Let's Get Real on WinFM. Hi, this is Lavi. Let's Get Real, Wednesday nights at 8 on WinFM. Get ready for an hour of real talk that will keep you engaged and informed, bringing you insights, the hottest topics of the moment, and perspectives that matter from the runway to the political arena. Real Talk with Lavi covers it all. Let's Get Real, Wednesday nights at 8 on WinFM.
Maybe it's the way the brilliant gold liquid reflects our sunshine, or how the bright blue of its label mirrors the clear Caribbean skies overhead. Maybe it's the fresh, crisp taste of this beastly cold beer on a scorching hot day. Maybe it's even the way it brings us all together. But one thing is for sure, Carib is very much a part of who we are wherever we're from in the Caribbean. Carib, it's the way we play. Drink responsibly.
Do you want to know what's happening in sport? Tune into On the Ball, a weekly tour show which is on winnfm 98.9 every Tuesday from 7 to 9 p.m. with me, your host, Troy Biff Mills. We will keep you on the ball with our variety of guests and, of course, your calls, discussing the facts and the stats and sharing your opinions. Get on the ball and stay on the ball by tuning into On the Ball with Troy Biff Mills on winnfm 98.9 every Tuesday night from 7 to 9 p.m. and also on Facebook and YouTube. Be on the ball.
Let's Get Real on WinFM. Hi, this is Lavi. Let's Get Real, Wednesday nights at 8 on WinFM. Get ready for an hour of real talk that will keep you engaged and informed, bringing you insights, the hottest topics of the moment, and perspectives that matter from the runway to the political arena. Real Talk with Lavi covers all. Let's Get Real, Wednesday nights at 8 on WinFM. once again, a pleasant good evening to you. Welcome back to Real Talk. I just got to let you guys know, thank you so much for your patience. You know how it is. We were just facing some difficulties, but we got it sorted out. So this evening, our guest will be Mr. Styly Morris up there in Miami, Florida, and he is from St. Kitts, Newtown, that's East Bastille. So Mr. Styly Morris, if you're hearing me, call back. Tonight we are going to be getting some updates about Mr. King Elliat. We have heard that he was in a coma, and then we hear that he's out of a coma. So Mr. Elliat is a fighter. He's very strong. Once again, wherever you are, I am Lavi Gumbs, and I am from the island of St. Kitts. Yes, I. Big up to all the Caribbean. Yes, I see Mr. C.G. Walwyn. He's on the line tonight. Good night. Good night to each and every one, wherever you are, listening right now to the Real Talk with Lavi at 98.9 FM. You can find us on social media on winnfm Media SKN. So, Mr. Styly Morris, a pleasant good evening to you. Let us do this thing right tonight. All right, so Mr. Styly, I guess he will get it worked out and he will call. So let me continue talking about the music festival. In the meantime, I know many of you had a great time. Some people did not go because it's not their thing. And some people probably say they ain't got no money to spend. And, some people get some free tickets. So, hey, big up yourself if you get a free ticket and had a wonderful time. And if you get a free tickets and you couldn't go, I hope you give it to somebody. Try, you know what I mean? Just imagine you get some free tickets and you ain't gone. You can give it to somebody and get them on, get them out. Don't be selfish. But before we had the little interruption, once again, like I said, Mr. Styly Morris, if you're listening, please give us back a call right here. We already sorted it out, so give us a phone call. But I will tell you guys my little experience with St. Kitts Music Festival. I must commend the organization of the music festival. I mean, those guys have done a wonderful job. When you see the magnitude of the crowd, people come from all over. I met a lot of my followers, for the first time. People come and, went out of their way to look for Lavi. And, Miss Vanny, if you're still in St. Kitts, give me a shout out, So many people was in the federation, and it was really good to see a lot of old, time people that I have not seen here for ages, people you went to school with, your neighbors. Yeah, a lot of people was in town, and they had a wonderful time. I want to also say, Spice, yes, Grace. I got to say that whatever I was thinking about Miss Grace, like some other people out there, I had a one-on-one with her. I was able to go to the media conference over there at the Marriott. That's the St. Kitts Music Festival conference. And listening to Spice, I have nothing but utmost respect for Spice. She's a trailblazer. The lady is an entertainer. She do her thing to make her money. That's her profession. But I've also seen a different side to Miss Spice. And, I really respect that woman. She speak about Lady Saw. And even Lady Saw, I mean, she don't do that kind of dance hall anymore. But, listening to them when they start to give their stories, we recognize that entertainment is one thing, but these people are individual and have their lifestyle. Spice is a mother. She's a family woman and things like that. And I recognize that if it's one thing I must say to this particular Jamaican female artist, dancehall artist, Spice. Spice, she never shied on or run from the media. Matter of fact, she had on a particular outfit that said, she's not going to talk. But she made herself available, and she was not in any rush, unlike some of the other artists where some of them, they talk they want to, and they was not there to give any advice or take any interview from the media itself, people who have been waiting for them for long, decades, and just happy to know that they're in our federation and would like to ask them some questions and stuff like that. So Spice was there, Spice came through, and I see up to yesterday, and Spice Facebook page, she posts up on Facebook, and she said, "Saying kids, I love you." And that alone is a lot of mileage. We don't normally see artists even doing stuff like that. So I got to really commend Spice on that. Yeah, big up yourself, Spice. Shensia, I don't know what happened to Shensia, but Shensia basically she left even before the media start asking questions, and everybody, I guess maybe they have their personal things going on. Barrington Levy did the same. Someone was saying that they look at Sister Shensia MG her IG page, and on Instagram, apparently this is around the same time her mom passed. So maybe she was in her feelings and stuff like that. So sometimes you don't know what these artists are be going through. They might not say it. And some people just don't like to do interview. I guess they come here to put on a show. They ain't come here to be interrogated by our media. So I must say, big up yourself, Miss Spice. Yeah, the blue hair lady. I really respect you for that. And you have made yourself a label with your blue hair. I think I heard you said that once you're not performing, you have your natural dark hair, but your blue is basically that's your stage image, So everybody have to have their own label, their own brand, and Spice basically have found herself and to do something like that. I don't know what is happening to Mr. Styly. Mr. Styly, if you're there, please call back. I don't know what is happening or what's going on with you, because tonight's show is basically surrounding around you, Mr. Styly. So if you're there, let me know what is happening, what is keeping you back, why you are not answering. So I'm going to call you and see, find out what's the problem. Let's see if we can get him. I'm trying to call him and see what's going on so we can get on with our show. Styly?
Yeah.
What is happening?
Yeah, I don't even know. I tried to call you just now back on the number too.
Okay, so he's on. Hey, Styly. Can you hear me?
You hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you, yes. How are you doing? Styly Morris, I'm hearing you. How are you doing? Listen your phone, not the computer. Can you hear me now?
Hold on. I could be hardly, what's going on with this phone tonight. Hold on.
Maybe you got too much gadget around you, because I'm hearing you loud and clear. Oh, Lord. No. He hung up, but it's okay. We got to realize that, okay, he back up and running.
Okay, yeah. You can hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
All right, my dear.
How?
Once again, I want to...
No. Okay, you're gonna wait. You're gonna wait. I wait on you, so you're gonna wait on me. How are you?
I'm alive and kicking, thank God. You just got to be thankful.
How was your day?
My day was pretty cool, pretty chill. I'm trying to kill myself.
Nice.
I'm a younger.
Nice. Do you want to let the people what part of St. Kitts are you from?
Oh, I'm from the town. On the top there, right on Pan Road and Roxborough Street, I think it is. Right there with Uncle Jerry Warner.
Yeah, so tell the people a little bit about Styly. Who is Styly? Who is your family? Like, that people can know. Before we go into Mr. Elliat's story.
My family is a mysterious kind of family. Most of my family out here, to tell you the truth, but I got a lot of distant cousins. Mm-hmm. My father is a man from the village that I call him Tubelly in England. I must have met him one time.
Oh, nice.
My mother was a lady by the name of Cynthia. She passed away when I was about 7 years old.
7?
Yeah. Go with
Wow.
a grandmother who passed away when I was about 18, 19, and from that point till now, I've been on my own. Me and Kwame,
Okay,
my
so
younger brother.
before you get in, so tell me something that, because between 7 to 18, that's a lot of nurturing and to understand certain things. So what are certain things that instill in you still that perhaps your grandmother will have passed on to you, or that you can
Well,
still remember today?
my grandmother makes sure she instilled in me never steal, never be a thief. There is no honor in thieving.
That sounds like a grandmother.
Yeah, for real. And for real, and you know what I'm saying? And just always have respect for people. And I try to walk that path.
Did she teach you
Trust me, that.
any little thing in the kitchen? Cause you know grandmothers back then, whether you're a boy or not, they're gonna bring you in the kitchen and teach you how to even sew.
Yeah, I could handle myself properly in the kitchen. Don't talk about Kwame. Kwame hotter than me, but I could handle myself properly in the kitchen. Man.
Wash, cook, and clean, right?
Exactly. I don't go with it. I could take care of myself.
Right,
Trust me.
and the rest you figure it out.
Yeah, man. Just
Nice,
thank, all we got to do is thank God for life. Man. Real.
nice. And
Yeah, my dear.
the reason why I'm asking you this, because now I could see the real caringness that you have, and you was able to pass it
Yeah,
on to many other people right here in St. Kitts.
exactly.
I
Like,
remember even having my business, and you will come and you will patronize me as a local, you know. And
exactly.
today our locals are not patronizing our local enough, you know.
I think it's need, they really need to tighten up over there. For real. Like I
Yeah.
said, and back in them time when I was there, I was a DJ, like lyrical kind of guy. And you know what I'm saying? You every Friday you used to be a 14 by the rascal.
But
And all them other people.
one of the things that I remember you in so many ways, but one of the things I remember you is on those roller skates.
Oh yeah. That was
I think they call
part of
them
the picture.
roller blades now.
Rollerblade now, what girl? We had some crazy times.
Yeah.
Trust me doing that.
Right, but you
I
know,
was just
Styly, what I see, what was happening back then, and that would have been like in the mid '80s, early '90s, right?
well we had trust me, it could have been a cultural explosion, but for some reason you live a lot. It's too long a story for this program, but for real.
Yes, and
Something really started to shift in the 80s.
well, and back
Yeah.
then, you know, the young and was connected with the old was connected with the young, but it is what it
Mm.
is. Yeah,
Manners and respect.
yeah,
That was the key. You pass me so and so. And it's all about highness, whatever. I never forget one time I passed someone, my grandmother friend straight. A woman come to the yard and tell my grandmother, yo, I get my ass whooped, man. Excuse the language.
yes, yeah.
For real.
Men,
For real, man.
people had respect for people. Women had respect for men had respect for women. Children had respect for the elders had respect for the kids, you know?
The time's changing
Yeah.
rapid. It's like in real time, it's the kind of things we're seeing right now, man, is unbelievable. The world gone mad, it put it in a box. For real, Jay. I don't know, you know, you just got to just adjust to the time because the craziness is going on right now in this world.
Right. So
I
question.
tell you.
I know that you have been very close to Elliat over the years, but what have given you that urge that love to be beside
Well,
Elliat up until this point in
watch this.
time?
Going back to the old school again. In Newtown, we always had this thing, Newtown United. If you go back in your little
That's true.
recollection,
Yeah.
it always used to be Newtown United. And Newtown was just Newtown. I go up just on the top of the road from Ellimat. I used to look down the street and see all the big crowd of people down there. You see, so that is just that. There's nothing, trust me, Lavern. I can't explain nothing else other than Newtown United.
And what street was that? Roxborough Street or George
Yeah,
Street?
right down there, Rockbower Street, right down there by Uncle Jerry. Jerry Warner had the shop on the corner. And I was up on the top, right there on Pan Road. For real. So, I mean, you know, we all go up in the neighborhood. I used to get to pass Ellimat, house almost every day. I had friends down Douglas Street down there in front of Total Shop. The street that gone on the road there. At one time we used to be going by Frank's shop because David Frank, that was one of the best friends small days that we were coming up. And so on. And you just, many people, I got you.
So what
Trust me, man.
you would say was you was inspired by Elliot. What did he do to make you be
Well,
inspired by him?
for me, his music, his music. I mean, think it is me born in Lana is saying, think it's got songs like that, patriotic songs. And trust me,
Yeah.
the king is a true patriot.
Tough House, you want to
No
get that
faking.
song? Think it's my born in land, if you can get it, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, man. That man real. This man real with this think it thing.
Right, and I
Real
know
like it.
both of you left the Federation and live in Florida. So
Yeah.
how was you able to link up with him again and to really be
Well,
beside his time in need over the
I
years?
was at I was at Fancy Love Bakery one Saturday night, and he pulled up in a van with some fellas, and he told me,
So
he needed
that would be Fancy Love Bakery in Florida,
yeah,
right? That's Dawn and
yeah,
them
yeah, in Miami,
in
yeah,
Miami.
Don,
Okay, all right. Big up
yeah,
yourself, Dawn.
uh,
Dawn Byron.
yeah, and the night at the end, he pulled up in a van. He had a blue van, and some people was in it. St. Patrick Rogers, I use Marvin Yankee, and he told me he wanted someone to help him move.
Right.
Styly Morris, Kwame was down spending some time with me that time, so we said we're going to help him. But when we tried to help him that night, he didn't work out.
Oh,
So I tell
okay.
him, I gave him the number, I tell him, yeah, he could have called me the next day. And he did call me the next day. And we went and helped him move. But prior to that, they didn't even know he what kind of like wheelchair bound. Because last time I had seen prior to that, he was walking and everything, you check? So he took me back a little when I realized he was in a wheelchair. Then I helped him move to this apartment, and then the situation just started playing out itself because a couple of times, okay, I left him at the apartment, I got to work. While I did the job, get a call, he like follow on car, he helped himself back up and stuff like that.
Wow.
That they happened a couple of times before Mr. Barno. We got to put you in a home because I don't want to lose my damn job. So we get him in the home. Pat, stay with him all night, that night.
Who is
Back and
Pat?
forth.
Pat who?
Patrick Rogers, Cutie Rogers' brother. Cutie, the bass man.
So he used to be the bassman for Elliot?
Well, after the brand. But Cutie Rogers used to play bass for our town.
For our turns, okay.
And
Well,
then
just make sure let the people know because these are people that people would know over the years, and everybody out there listening, and would know some of these people.
Yeah. Cutie used to play bass. Cutie was the bass man for our town. I think Pat was the bass man for us, but Pat left and went playing music and then tourist boat and stuff. So Cutie had come in and take over, something like that. Something to that extent. You check? So Pat, trust me, Pat is not the type of person who can put himself on the front line. And he gonna do what he gonna do and nobody gonna let people know they know if they don't. That's the kind of person Pat is. That's why you don't hear his name much. You see it? But Pat is very instrumental in what's going on. Like for instance, let me let the people know that the coma that Elliat was in, it wasn't like he just fall out into a coma. He after coming from dialysis, his breathing wasn't right, so they had to put him in this induced coma to get his body back to, you know what I'm saying? And so that he was in the coma for like 2 days, but it's like an induced coma where I guess hopefully they had it under control.
Well, I'm glad
And then
that you said this because I was wondering if he went in a coma on his own or if it's something that they put him in an
No.
induced coma.
It was an induced coma, and it was like for 2 days. I spoke to him yesterday, and thank God through Pat, because Pat had just come in, Pat went on a little journey to England. He just came in yesterday, and because I a good little way right now away from him. I tell Pat when he get there, call me, and I spoke to him. And believe it or not, he Elliot tell me, but Styly boy, I went thinking here. He just coming out of this cover, Lavi. Yeah, but I went thinking here. I said, you went thinking? Right. came by here, they said if you say need upgrade or something like that. I said, boy, you was in a coma.
You, you know, that's the type of person he is, eh?
Yeah. Yeah, I just tell him, boy, no kids, you and thinking you're coma, man. But not making fun of him, you see?
Yes, yes, of course, of
But just to
course.
show you, he thought he's just thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me, that man is a patriot. You see
Mm-hmm.
it? For real, Jed, I hope that I ain't trying to trust you that no one, but right now he was in the coma for like 2 days and I couldn't be there. Pat was away. You
Mm-hmm.
know, he was by himself. I mean, I'll leave it right there. But thank God, you know, he's alive and we're just hoping for the best. I think if people keep him in your heart, please. The man is a fighter. You check? And me personally, I hear one name to myself, why don't they name George Street, King Elliat Boulevard, or whatever they're going to call it? What are we waiting for? I ain't trying to get political. I mean, this man is a cultural icon. Lord God, what he got to do? Every event they have in, you must see an Elliat song. But somehow,
And a lot of people to style it, even to use the
yo,
intro songs. When people have in the program, they're actually using King Elimat song
yeah,
also.
the man is a musical
And
icon.
people from all over the
What
Caribbean.
he can get the deserve. Me, in my opinion, right now, places like Antigua, shot all them boys to partake in their cultural affairs over the years. Them man getting a check from the government for the contribution.
But still, you know, we ain't that type of people, you know.
Well, they better change.
We're
They got
not
to
that type of
respect culture.
people to really want to hold on to our
Wow.
own and give our and build our own. We're more into building politicians, and some of the politicians
Man,
have
it's
not
sad.
even cement enough into St. Kitts. Even before they become a politician, people more glorifying in them over
One, one
the entertainers and other persons who are actually making St. Kitts be known out there on the
I don't know,
international
Jay, but
market.
the mentality got to change. I mean, you got to respect culture. That's like the foundation. Trust me.
So
Now,
what
it is.
question, what do you think can be done to make people recognize that it is important to make our local people be icons, just like how we idolizing icons from on the international market? What do you think can be done?
Yeah, all I say, I think if to be fair, for instance, start with a man like Elliot. Give him his fair due. Do something. Yo, man, this man is a patriot and deserve whatever thing it feel like they got coming towards him. Just give him we wait until he dead to celebrate him. He's alive, give him the roses now. Do something. Name George Street, King Elliat Boulevard. Just have respect for people who contribute the gift that God give them to the betterment of the island. Because certain things, Elliot is a natural genius. He ain't not Elliot ain't when they go train for what he know and what he come natural. Maybe that's why they feel like they ain't got to respect it.
But let me ask a
But
question.
they don't.
Do you know, I have not seen, and are you correct? I have not seen no other, not even another entertainer have really had anything after them. I mean, all these years to make
No.
music after music, year after year, entertaining people after,
And,
it's a lot.
and people dropping things saying, oh, well, Elliot do with all the money. What money? Ask them how much of them bought Elliot records in thinking. Because everybody want music. I used to play around with music too. Everybody want it free. I used to do all kind of free performance. Then when I set up a show, nobody come. I mean,
And
no,
you know,
it's just like
and
that.
Styly, I remember having
No.
a conversation with you, and you said that we had to figure out a lot of things. And it is true that maybe some of these people will have had money past you, but nobody, we have not really been born, especially in our small ways here,
I mean,
in the
we had it rough.
hear me exactly. We have not had anybody to teach us these things, teach us how to
No.
fish, and I think that people need to not look at others' failure or maybe things that has happened back then. But at the
In the
end, we
past,
should,
for
in the
real.
past, but we should not forget that what the people has cemented in the Federation because Elliat was
Exactly.
always a household name. In the Virgin Islands, he is a household name,
So
and
me go
other
tell you,
places.
Trinidad people love Elima to death. Antigua people love that man. As a matter of fact, the first fundraiser we had in Miami is Bruno, is who did it for Elima. And all the proceeds went towards Ellie. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, we all tried it by fancy. But Bruno is the first man, hands down. Nobody asked him, he did it.
Styly, you are know, and you can take the time and maybe speak to whoever you want to speak to, and see if you could ask them, for what you're requesting for Elimat. Say this is a good
Well,
time for you to say it and speak
for one,
directly to those people that will have the authority to do
yeah,
such.
for one, his family, I think, need to get a little more involved, man. Yo, man, trust me. But you know what I'm saying? They just need, somebody need to be there, like, more free, at least even somebody partial once a week then. Because right now, I was over there maybe 2 weeks ago. I can't be there like how I used to. Because the situation he's in right now, he's in a situation where he could just get in the wheelchair and stuff like that. Because he had an incident where he was leaving dialysis and a bit rough driving and he fell off the thing that he had and messed up his hip and stuff like that. And he's constantly being pain. So
Can
there's a lot of laying down.
Right. Can I say this? And I hope I won't be coming off harsh, but I'm just keeping an open mind. This is Real Talk with Lavi. And I know sometimes when sickness come in, one would always say family should help and family should do this. But sometimes, and I'm speaking in general, sometimes one have to recognize that or realize that when we live in our life, when we're young, as they say, we have to think for a plan for what you call it, a rainy day. And sometimes it's how you treat people, because some family not going to stick around if you was not there looking out for them either. Even though we name next of kin, even children, sometimes you treat your children them good and they still don't look out for you. So this is why it's very important also sometimes that persons who come to our lives is to look at the people that are really genuine to us.
Check out this level. Check out this level.
I'm just speaking in
All right.
general, eh?
Yeah, okay, watch this, right? If I and you is brother and sisters, you got kids and I got kids, and I and you have a disagreement, I don't think that my kids should be upset with your kids and that kind of nonsense. What do you think about that?
Well, children not really supposed to get involved, but at the same time, right? Children also, the way how children coming up now, the same back in the day, Styly, when you're from Newtown and, as you say, Roxborough Street and somebody down George Street, people traveling now. So a lot of children are not.
That's how it was.
Correct. A lot of children are not even coming up now and seeing their next of kin, because people live all over. Even grandparents, the children are living overseas and things like that. So it is also the individual, whether it's the uncle, the auntie, or whoever, supposed to keep in touch with their, if they can, especially with their immediate and extended family, at least.
Okay, check this, Lavi. One quick thing again. Mine. Every time everybody asks me, how to reach the king? Where the king? I tired give address. I tired give phone number. People, y'all can call him right now. He don't have his phone. His phone is in the home. He's still in the hospital. So people calling upset. Oh, all he did that. And he announced the man is in the hospital. His phone is not with him. His phone dead. So don't call. Okay? The next thing is we put up a GoFundMe page to help the man because he's slowly going blind and really need help with his eyes, Lord God Almighty. And all now, I must say, Lav is only $540 in the GoFundMe.
But something too, again, sometimes, right, is how things is put out, marketing. If people put out a GoFundMe and there's nothing is being said about it, there's no follow-up. So sometimes it is the marketing team and the people who come in and doing these things also, Styly, to get people involved, the awareness,
Watch this. I tried to report it in my story. The backlash was, Styly just looking money. All the money, Elliat. When I tell Elliat just laugh. Elliat says, Styly, leave it alone, man. Don't bother with it. Don't worry about it. Don't put it back up. I said, all right, I ain't going to put it back up. But it's crazy, man. $540 for the Great King. Everybody loves this thing. You mean everybody can put $1? Lord, man.
Well,
I don't know what to
again, maybe
say.
this is the chance now you can let appeal
Yeah,
to the
well, I
people
hope
and
they're listening.
well, hear this here, Styly. I think
Uh,
sometimes you're on the phone right now. You can take time and ask the people now to let them know about the page. The GoFundMe is still open because people
yeah,
we can't compel people to do certain things. So this is a great chance for
yeah.
you
Well,
now to ask them, ask the public right now. You're on air.
in a nice way, yeah. Look, man, we all love the king. He's a reggae man, but I got respect for Ellie because of his great music. He's a legend. Let's treat the legend right and help him. He need help right now. He's slowly going blind. We put up a GoFundMe and the money hopefully had come in the right way. We'd have gone to help him that he could, that he necessarily got to lose his sight. Whatever the treatment, however it may cost.
Okay, so let me
We,
ask you a
we,
question. The
uh-huh,
GoFundMe page you say is up, right? So if the
still.
GoFundMe page is up, who is channeling that money? Because the public needs to know where the money going also.
Well, the money is only Elliot supposed to have access to it.
Okay. So let
Nobody
so
else.
so let the
It's
people
just
know.
this
Let
secret.
the people know. And
Yeah,
I'm
it's
gonna
just,
use this opportunity if you're listening right now
let
to
them
the
know
Real
that
Talk with Lavi.
whatever money they're sending, it's going straight to Elliot. Nobody else could access the money unless there is a scam artist.
There you go.
You understand? And if somebody else doing it, you got to be he authorize them to help him out because his sight is pretty bad. It
O-
goes and it comes.
Okay, so hear me out. I have Mr. C.G. Walwin. He's watching right now, so I guess he's gonna. Mr. C.G. Walwin, just $100. Just take out $100. Go to the GoFundMe page. Um, um, Styly, we have to get that link again. That way we can have it, and I will
Well,
put it
another
out.
thing, I'm gonna put it up on my story again.
Well,
You know what I'm
apart
saying?
from your story, you need to be on a platform that have an audience as well. So make sure you get that to me, and so we can get it to other people too. All right,
Yes, I
Mr.
will. I
Lesroy
will. I will.
Williams, he said big up. There's
Yeah, man, bless, bless.
persons on top of the that is listening right now. So
Yeah,
we're appealing for people to let them know that the King Elimat,
yes,
he needs urgent help, and
and
he's
yes,
asking,
and
hear me out, just hear
I,
me out. He's
mm,
asking for persons to contribute to the GoFundMe page. After all, this is a man that have done a lot for the Federation. He have entertained, just like how
exactly,
Cartel and Spice and them come here and entertain us. He have been doing that over the years,
exactly,
and, the least we
and
can do,
representing.
and representing St. Kitts
Yeah,
in many ways, in his music, and the music was a lot
yeah,
of it always having St. Kitts in it. Most of his songs would have had in St. Kitts in it.
man, that man done make a lot of petitions in many international places. Proud. Trust, man. Like I said, we ain't got enough time to go through all the history. But at the same time, and people, please, Styly, I have nothing to gain. I've been trying to assist Elliot over the past 10, nearly 12, 15 years now. I ain't looking nothing other than to help this man. I have nothing to gain. Nothing what people give to this man coming to me. The GoFundMe, he going straight to the king. And once I check it and see the thing going up, I just first thing, let's just pray that he stay, he come back normal, because he ain't 100 yet.
Can I say
You see it?
this? Can I ask you this? Because a lot of people are saying,
Uh-huh.
bring back home King Elimat, but in his
He
condition,
want to come home.
right? But hear me
He
out.
really would like to.
Yes, but in his medical condition, do you think that St. Kitts is the right place for him at this time to come, or he's
No,
better off where he's at?
I don't think so. I don't think so. Because uh, it's a lot to explain. 'Cause number one, you got to get dialysis 3 times a week, cut and clear, and stuff like that. And just constantly on the whatever medication. He be going through a lot, man. That man here, he's strong, man. That's all I have to say. But when he's good, he's good.
So who
That,
who
that,
who
that,
is who is taking care of him right now?
well, he in West, there's a hospital over there at university. West, he in a room, I guess, north is, now he back in the home as yet. He's still in the hospital. So that's what I'm saying. No one could call him unless they're going to call the hospital.
What's the name of the
Okay?
hospital?
Huh?
Which hospital is he at again?
Is I think it's West Side. I got to look it up. West Side something. It's a half university in Broward. West Side
In
Broward or something
Broward.
like that. Yeah. You sure?
How long he was in the hospital for?
Well, it's like going on probably like a week now
A
or
week?
something like that. Probably about coming up on a week.
Can he walk?
No,
Can can he speak?
he could speak, but right now he's still a little groggy. He I guess he will talk if somebody around who he know. Big up Slim Edward. I want to call Slim Edward to go check in for me. I probably ain't gonna get to go see him till maybe coming up in a couple of days. But it's good as some, Pat gonna probably go see him tomorrow and stuff like that.
Nice.
So Slim Edward, if you're listening, my brother, you know how you do it. Swing cross and go check your boy. Make sure you're all right.
Yeah.
You want to hear people he know.
From what I've heard,
You
Slim,
sure?
Slim is very helpful out there to a lot of. He's
Yeah.
another one that is very helpful, eh? Another entertainer
Yeah.
out there. It's Mr. Slim Edwards. Big up yourself. Good night to you.
Yeah, man. Billy, Hilly, Colin, all them man, Kinta. All they big up there themselves, man. Yeah, man.
Okay.
Right, and Liberty.
So what do you expect? Where do we go from here? What do you expect? Hopefully, Elliat is in the hospital. Where does it go from there?
Well, the hope is that he kind of get over whatever it is going on, what causing the bleeding or whatever. Once that clear up and he get back. Because I was over there like maybe a week and a half ago or so. Everything was all right. That's just the life is so funny that nothing like that happened when I was around. You check as I leave. This happened and the day before me and the phone talking about the day before he got to reality.
While while you're here, I just got to let the public know that King Elliat had reached out to me, and he wanted to tell everyone thank you for the contribution to the GoFundMe. But because of the phone issue, we never really get it set up so we could have a direct conversation with him. So I just want to let you guys know that yes, because Styly, you was there when I had the call with both you and King Elliat, that he wanted to speak directly, same as what you're doing now, to let everyone out there know that he appreciates of the effort and the contribution that they have done with the GoFundMe page. So I just want to take the time out to let you guys know that the King.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you the info that you could put it up again. Like. So I did tell him myself I kind of done with it because the bad review I had from when I tried to put it up.
Don't dwell on the bad, man. Forget about the bad. There's so much other good. Don't dwell on the kind of bad, man. Yeah.
Yeah, once again, I want to understand, no money or bigger fund is going to Styly. The money going to Elliat is only King Elliat could access that money, people. So if you are thinking it was going, no, it's not. It's stuck on $540.
But Styly, people, all kind of people are put up GoFundMe, and nobody will have to explain themselves like that. I don't know what happened to our Kittian people. I mean, let me tell you something. For instance, today, I had the opportunity to go certain places in St. Kitts, in Shadwell and different parts, right? And if you see where some of those shops set up in supermarkets, the moms and pops shops are fading away in St. Kitts, Styly. So we hardly have locals that own shops, right? And I said to myself, you know what? We are being upset with the foreigners when they come here, but we should not upset with the foreigners because locals don't support locals enough. If a local come and do something, Styly, the first, just like how you're saying, they question what you're going to be doing. They question everything, and they don't question the foreigners. So our money that we have in is not circulating among the natives enough. It is coming in and it's going by other people who don't even patronize the locals. If you go to a shop right now, in a local shop, you see most of the locals will patronize the foreigners. And you don't normally see the foreigners liming and socializing like that among the local people.
The local. Yeah.
You
I got
understand?
you. I got you.
So you know, a lot of people, I find that they put too much effort and time in this tribal politics than basically when it comes to being ambitious and building our people and supporting our people more. Because I'm listening to you and imagine what you're saying. You have to express yourself where this money is going to go. You're not going to be the one that is having this money. But yet, if it was a foreigner, they don't come and explain where the money is going to go.
Because the only way everybody can access the money is if there's a fraud, if they understand how this thing works.
Mm-hmm.
You see? And it's true down and everything when it's down and it's well set it up.
Mm-hmm.
You see?
But as I said, it shouldn't even matter with who's helped set it up, because at the end of the day, Elliat is from St. Kitts and Nevis. It's a man in need, and that's all we need to focus on. You know,
take the politics out of this thing. It doesn't matter. And like I say it again, why don't they name George Street King Elliat Boulevard? Why is the whole up? What are they waiting for? The man don't earn it.
but let me ask a
Lord,
question. I'm hearing you say why they don't. Who is they you're speaking to? So speak directly to who you're talking about.
Listen, when it comes to respecting culture, politics is not supposed to be involved. Whoever is at the helm, take your wives to be taken care of. Take politics out of everything and do the right thing. That's all I'm saying. Let's be fair with the culture.
I think some of it is not, this is just me. I think that some of it is not even politics. I think that a lot of it is this crab and barrel mentality where we as a people, we are not trained like that. We are not the society, as you say, united as how we're supposed to be united, right? Our unity. And I feel like this is something that a lot of us has to be maybe try to instill in our younger generation, is to be a little bit more of incorporating our indigenous people and recognize that our people here in St. Kitts should be honored, not just being on a political level or being in a certain job position. But if you have the ability to make people feel great in this country and touch a lot of lives, especially in the Federation, I think you should be recognized.
Yes, it's only fair, no matter what side of the fence you're on. Fair.
Yeah.
And like I said, to the most powerful men we think it's right now, the parents or the Rastafarian. Samuel is my godson, and the Prime Minister. Mother is pet Rasta.
Well,
So,
and right, but even Samal and the Prime Minister, they are not there because of them. They are there because of the people. It's people put them there.
Okay, but at the same time I'm saying, don't they have nothing on the books? Like a friend of mine called me yesterday or the day before and tell me he thinks they should have something on the books that they should be able to help Elliat. I tell him, well, pull a string for me and find out whatever that is. Because not because he's present. Sometimes you don't know a man's circumstance where you have to leave the present place where he is. Just like you understand what I'm saying?
From what I'm hearing from certain people, apparently, well, I'm just saying, right? Apparently, some of the people that get recognition is persons in the Federation have to be putting in these people names. But I would like to know who are the people that is responsible to be putting in somebody's name if they want to give them that kind of recognition. Who is responsible for that?
They can't have no function in this man music is play because that's like as if it's a part of thinking, pride, etc. That's the only thing that got to really shut the foundation of think it's music right now. Who got more records? Who win more calypso? I don't know what it takes, man.
But Styly, believe it or not, right? As much as we might be talking about Elliat and other persons, these Kittitians don't play as much local music, so some of the young people don't even know who is King Elliat, which is so sad. But yet in Jamaica, people know who is Bob Marley, they know who is Peter Tosh, even the dead are they alive, you know?
I feel you. The other day, I buy a bridge in a mine and a young man, he came up from St. Kitts and we do seen on a porch and A little talk come up, and I think Ellie called the same time, and I tell him what he was on the phone. I said, I think Ellie, he said no, but his mother talk about Ellie. I said, oh, okay.
Right. I just
So
want to
it's that
take
kind of
some.
thing, yeah.
Right. I just want to take
Yeah.
some time out to say a pleasant good evening to Miss Glenda Duport out there in Texas. You know, we have a lot of diaspora living out there in Texas. You know, so I
Yeah,
got to
man.
say good evening to you guys. They're on the line. Good evening to Rijal Warner. Good night to you. And
It's a
if you
small
just,
world.
yes, if you're just in tune, you're listening to the Real Talk with Lavi, and our guest is a diaspora living over there in Florida, right? Or Atlanta?
Yes. Florida for now.
Right. And this is Mr. Styly and Styly Morris.
Yes,
He
yes.
is the father of the late I Mark.
Mark. I'm still grieving.
Yeah.
What to say?
How was it for you when you get that phone call about your son?
Well, first thing I did was call his brother because I was working. I was doing some work with FedEx at the time. So I work late. I leave in FedEx about 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. When I reach home, I realize my phone blind up, man. And I didn't even get to call back on the number. As I pick up the phone and they light up, I see the text shine at the bottom. They kill your son. God.
Wait, that's
Next
how.
to,
Wait. That's where you get they kill your son. That's how you got the
I
news.
text you because I guess they were calling to tell me
Oh my goodness, that
I'm
must.
working.
Yeah.
You can't, on the job I work in, you can't carry your phone in there. I either leave your phone in the car or something. Okay? So, you're probably calling all night while you're working. And then I come out and check the phone to see what's going on. And first text I see, they kill your son. So I call his
Wow.
brother, Gerard, the one who down there, just down there the other day. I said, Gerard, all I could have said is, Gerard is true? Gerard said, yeah. I hang up the phone. And from that point on, you know, I mash up. I can't believe it. Because he was just with me, Lavi. He was just with me. He hit just a little too hard. He was by his brother. I used to me pop up video with them in some kind of restaurant, the trader, John and Amari. He said he was going to New York, but my sister they wanted to see him because they love him.
Yeah.
So they wanted to see him. So I tell him, yo, my sister going to send me the ticket. Don't worry about it. But the same situation, when I walk some kind of funny hours. They call him, he didn't get me. He get upset and gone there.
Wow.
Oh, he got things to do. So he go New York and then he go Canada, go perform with Byron Asylum. And when he coming back through, is when everything starts. You know, and that's the end. You get, yo, I tell you, man, nice.
Wow.
The boy was just getting ready to bust like a balloon, man. Trust me. He got talent.
A handsome piece of
Done.
young man. You and that lady
Yeah,
getting a catching, you know. Huh?
yeah, Catherine, yes, you got a sister there too. Catherine got some beautiful children, man.
That's what I'm saying. A handsome piece of young man
Yeah.
you and catching me, you know.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you was
Yes, sir.
listening to the music festival, but I think
Yeah, big him
Javinci.
up.
I think wait, hear this here. Javinci, I think that's his name. He gave respect to IMAC. I
Yeah,
commend him.
man. Now he got a song there. I'm planning to re-record it for myself. The song where he's saying, Aja alone,
How
bring me
fast you
through
have
my
that?
pain.
Okay.
Aja alone. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Bad song, man. The youth was just getting ready to bust out.
Unfortunate his
Trust me, he
life
was done on,
was
yeah, he
cut
was done on the
short.
trail with Byron Masai. I know he don't get large, man, but
Yeah.
it just wasn't to be, man. God is good. That's all I can say, man. You got to accept it. Ain't nothing
God is great.
I could say I do to bring him back. So
But you
the
have
Almighty know
all
why.
his wonderful memories. I mean, look at that, a
Yeah,
big
man.
international music festival, and he was
Yeah,
honored. You know, not even by a local,
yeah, man.
but by a Jamaican artist. So you know,
Yes,
your son was out there.
have you? Have you?
His
Whoever
name was
did what
out
they did,
there.
they don't know how much people they left grieving, man. Trust me.
I
But,
gotta say good evening to Miss Berridge. I know some people don't like to hear the name call, but you know, it's a pleasure having you tonight. Good night, Miss Pam Warner. Good night. I just got to tell
Yes,
St.
yes.
Kitts and Nevis, it's really to make me feel special, happy to see that, the support is coming in. Because this is how we're supposed to be, we need to support each other. This is the honest way how we're going to get to hear our
Yeah. The
culture.
king need help. The king need help. And once again, whatever this year and the GoFundMe, but the money is only Elliot could access that money. Nobody else.
So let me ask you a question.
You know what I'm saying?
When if Elimat is in, he's sick right now, his health condition, who else
Yeah,
will be able to
like I
if it's
said, I
not
talked to
him?
him yesterday. I spoke to him yesterday, and he was sounding, but every now and then he's gonna rest. But he was sounding pretty good. I was not present. Patrick was there. You see?
That's good.
So,
The king is alive. The king gonna just, he's strong.
yeah. Just let's keep the trees going,
Yes.
and that's it. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause we don't know what will happen tomorrow, but we hope for the best. Yeah?
And while we're here, I got to say a special good evening to Mr. Eustace Hendrickson. He too is going through some, trying times. His health, he have a stage 4 brain tumor. He used to message me every single day. He will call me all tonight. So also, we got to keep him in prayers, and many others who out there that are probably going through
Yeah, there's a lot of things
difficulty at
happening.
this time.
You just got to pray. You hear me, dear? You just got to pray, my dear. We know not what's going to happen tomorrow. There's so much things happening. And things that we cannot do anything about. And we really need not to worry. Just thank God for life. It is what it is, sir.
That
You
is
know,
true. Yeah. Also, I want to put in my little, my little 2 pence. And I
Yes,
know I
yes.
could speak to you as a Rastafarian. I hope you're still a Rastafarian, right? You're a Rastafarian, right?
Yes, I think so. The last time I checked.
Right. A lot of it too, right? We as a people have to check ourselves and what we eat, and
Yes, dear.
it's what you put in your body also can help. I mean, it is what it is, but sometimes we got to be careful as we get older. Some of the things I know, black
Yeah.
people in particular, especially men, they make the little joke with the pork and that
Yes.
kind of thing. But pork, I understand,
And
is not good for men,
then
especially
they
when
got
you get older, huh?
yeah, then the average man right now, you look how they got big stomach. It's crazy.
But
They're
what is?
drinking beer.
Go ahead. Hello.
Yeah. They're drinking beer and eating all kind of sugar in it. I mean, I don't know. After you reach a certain age in life, you should start to pay attention and take care. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because a lot of alcohol have a lot of sugar in it,
Yeah.
and it will form into that glucose. And a lot of people think that sugar itself, when they say sugar, but it's a starch. All of these things turn into glucose, and it
Come
break
together.
down. Yeah, and the
Yeah.
compound and everything in your body.
Yeah.
I was even this thing called polyps. So sometimes when people eating all this lot of starch and you cannot have that bowel movement, it's gonna mess with your polyps, and you have to have a good bowel movement, and if not, it's gonna especially colon cancer. It can
Yeah.
form into, I think, it lodge in your back. When sometimes people will probably think that they have a spine issue, and it might be a tumor that is going in your back, which is the colon.
Really,
Yeah. So
really.
this is a good time. And what I see a lot of people wearing dreadlocks now, whether fake, whether whatever it is, and
For some of them, it's a style. They don't understand what that is. It's just a
yeah,
style.
right. But when it comes to eating healthy, a lot of people are not. There's good cholesterol, there's bad cholesterol also. There's too many young men are having kidney issues. Right now in St. Kitts, they on the rise. I think they said that what you call that when people can't move, the stroke is on the rise in St.
Yeah,
Kitts.
yeah,
Stroke,
yeah.
you know.
And I show the liquor have a lot to do with it.
What you said, the liquor, rum,
Alcohol, I sure got a lot to do with it. Yeah.
yeah.
So I noticed, think it's young men them don't drink hard.
They drink very, very hard. Good evening, Mr. Winston. Welcome. He said, good night, Lavi. You're always beautiful and will always love being the special person you are. Oh, thank you. It's good to get a nice compliment. Yes,
Exactly, nothing
yeah.
wrong with that. Trust
Nothing
me.
wrong with that at all.
But yeah, girl, this thing is real.
Yes, and
If that one could live natural.
natural is the
I don't
best.
feel the thing, man.
Is the best.
Yeah, man.
And
Listen. Want me
styling,
to make a little marble
yes.
sometime, man.
And
Want
it's
me
good
out in the health farm.
also to drink. Like for instance, I've been drinking every single morning if I could possibly help it. Even when I was overseas, whether overseas or not, I tend not to buy the tea bags. If I could help it, I would get the bush, and I want my bush tea
Yeah, man.
in the morning and
Come
in
on,
the
that's
night.
very important.
Right? It's
Come
either
on,
that,
very,
and
very
if you
important.
can't, maybe lemon water, something warm in the night. So they say the
Ginger.
first thing in the morning is water, but
Yeah.
some of the water is good if it's have alkaline because it can actually, if you don't have the right water, it can make you feel sick, you know? So
So,
if you alkaline the water, first thing in the morning, first thing at last thing at night is water, you know?
Bobby, I don't drink water out here, but you go buy a bottle of water and drink water. Give you heartburn. I never see nothing like that. They want to what? How the hell you get heartburn from water? What the hell is that in water?
That is why you have to alkaline the water. So sometimes it's good to
For
get
real.
some lemon or cucumber, ginger, put something in that water. Even some, what you call that, Angostura bitters, something, and just alkaline that and get that water to have that a balance. Yeah, so taking care of your health is very important. I know we're going to get older
Yeah.
and some of these things are beyond our control, but I believe if the what you put in your body, and it helps you to think like that too, you know, what you eat, what you feed your brain.
Exactly.
Yeah, it have some people look
It
beautiful
control the
and
thought process.
yeah, you ever see some people, right?
Yeah.
And they look gorgeous, styly, and when they open up the mouth, it's like, oh my God, they're so angry, you know?
Ignorance come out.
The ignorance come
Really?
out, yeah. So I think that we need to smile more and think more positive, think the best for other people,
Yeah, man.
and
Leaving,
whatever. Hello.
wherever you're at and you're leaving now, you leave in love. Some people leave the house and they go to look trouble and you know, just walk in peace. Trust me, your day
But
will be so much better.
but Styly, ever since I know you, I would have been 20, 21 years when I met you,
A
and
while back there.
yeah. But you always have this kind of temperament, and that is the
Yeah, just be
love.
humble, man. Just be for real, just gotta be humble, girl. Love. That's the only way. Man. I can't see it now. No.
And you know what I see? There's a lot of people that say they're humble, right? A lot of people that mix up humble. A lot of
Exactly what it
people that
is.
mix up being if you're not talking, if you're not a talker, they say you're humble, but that doesn't mean that you're humble, you know? Because
Also
I
humble in
don't
the
see
action.
people being humble and still wicked. You can't be humble and still wicked, you know what I mean?
Hell no.
And nothing
When
wrong in
things don't go
being
together.
humble and meek, as they said, gentle Jesus, you know? What's wrong in being
Meek and
gentle?
mild.
If meek and mild,
Yeah, man.
if a man is gentle, they say he's fruity, you know?
Take your love for granted.
Yes, they take your love for granted, you know?
Really.
Yeah.
When I was home in my time, I help a lot of people. Trust me. I help a lot of people. And when I leave things talking to people, some of them done pass now. Like when I say only in terms of, I go and sign loans for them in the bank. And they run wherever they are, wherever they are.
Styly, since you left
Yeah, that's true.
St. Kitts has grown so much, right? But I would say that the people mindset have not grown enough with the country. And if our mindset had really grown with our country, a lot of people will have been more trailblazers in this country than being
Well, yes.
angry.
Just the way we were doing it and moving in our time. Trust me, love you.
I
I
also,
tell you, it was a
I
It was a
also,
cultural explosion.
yes, I also want to, maybe you can tell me about this. You know, back in the days, and I know this is 2025, but back in the
Mm.
days, we used to had, when they had the sugar industry, right? You had the water, people going out, you know, and the various sector in the cane fields and the factory workers. But we never really had that kind of classism. People just used to go about their business and nobody watching, nobody with no, like no doctor,
Exactly.
no lawyer to say that they're better than anybody else. But nowadays, and Styly, you,
That changed.
yes, Styly, hold a minute, we getting a phone call. A pleasant good evening. Welcome to Real Talk with Lavi. So they knock out my Styly. Aww. Oh, yes, so maybe Styly hang up. If you're out there and you was calling, could you call back, please? This is Real Talk with Lavi. It is 9 9:23. We have 7 more minutes into this program. Good night. Hello, good night.
Oh, hi. Good
Hi.
night, Lavi.
Good
If I
night.
may be permitted, to join into this conversation,
Who
I
am
would
I
like.
speaking to?
I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Winston Welcome, and by the way, am I on the show with Lavi?
Yes, you are. This is Real Talk with Lavi, Mr. Welcome.
Oh, okay. Your voice sounds strange there for now. For a while.
Yeah, I
I'm
just
watching you.
right. I just gotta let you know we have 7 more minutes into the program, right? So don't take up the whole 7 minutes.
Oh, well, I just want to say, thank you for bring forth this special edition of the King Elimat and the other gentleman who is giving us update. But if I may say, a king does not get honor in his country. They always have to go somewhere else to get honor. And
Facts.
you stated the Jamaicans is big enough element, the Antiguans and other places, okay? But for some reason, we left. We have a lot of stars with examples, but they are not there. And the young people don't have no example. So a king does not honor any country, but I will pray that Elimat will get the dignity that he deserves, and we have to do it immediately. Don't wait until he dies. Let's give it to him now. It's not too late. Thank you. Bye for now.
Mr. Welcome.
Yes.
There's a GoFundMe page out there for him, so you could also
I'm.
support him.
I heard.
You could also support him on the GoFundMe page also. Okay.
Yeah, I have other options too. Right? If you can take PayPal or Zelle, thank you. That will be fine.
All right. Thank you so much
Yes.
for calling. Thank you. Have a wonderful evening. All right. So it is 9:25. You're listening to Real Talk with Lavi. And we just had our guest, Mr. Styly Morris. He's over there in Florida giving us an update on his friend, King Elliat. And if you're just in tune, he was basically saying that the King Elliat was put into an induced labor coma, and he's now out of it. And you know, the king is strong. The king is talking, and he said that the king said that I guess he went to St. Kitts, so you know he giving his little jokes and everything. But if I could tell you the little bit that I know about Mr. Elimat, King Elimat, yeah, he would say something like that, joke around. You know, it is what it is. You know, we all here on a time, and you know, once you're alive, nothing wrong to give a little joke about it. Some people can't give a joke, but people deal with things on a different level. But in the meantime, Mr. Elimat is really facing some some serious health issues. He's an older man now. He's a senior citizen, and there's a lot of folks out there that are saying that they should have even George Street name Elimat Boulevard. I'm just saying what the people are asking for, so they want to basically give Mr. King Elliat his flowers before he leave this earth. So Mr. Styly was here, but a phone call come in, and he was supposed to be on hold, but it is what it is. I just got to tell Mr. Styly Morris, thank you so much for taking the time out to come on and share the information with us, giving us some update as to what is happening to your friend, and let the people in the Federation know that he is out of the coma. He was put into an induced coma. And for everyone, if you want to help in donating, there's a GoFundMe page. I would, as Styly said, he will put it out, and I will get that from him and see if I can share it also on my page. And the money is going directly to the king to help, because he's going to need things. I mean, most likely he's wearing Pampers and those kind of things, and those things cost money. And he's going to, need other things to take care of him. There are persons that will be helping to assist with him that's going to actually need some assistance as well. So it will be nice if you are out there listening. The King Elliat has basically rocked St. Kitts and Nevis throughout the years and have done a wonderful job, has made the Federation known throughout the Caribbean and especially in the Virgin Islands. And his friend, Mr. Styly Morris, basically came out and said that along with Mr. Pat and Mr. Slim Edwards are out there really behind the scenes doing a lot, helping Mr. King Elliat. And before I leave here tonight, I want to let everyone know that Mr. Elliat had reached out to me and wanted to personally thank everyone that has contributed to the GoFundMe page. But because of certain situation, we wasn't able to do it. So I'm taking the time out to let you guys know that he appreciates every one of you. And I think I'm going to wind it down. I was talking about my music festival, but just listening to Mr. Styly speaking out so passionate about his friend and wanting the best for King Elliat. It really says a lot, because no matter what age you are, once you are living, you're supposed to be getting love regardless of your age. You're supposed to be able to be getting family and friends or people who really cares about you to just remember all the goodness that you would have done throughout your life. So once again, thank you so much for being here. Hopefully next week, I really want to give a recap of the music festival. I got to say a special good night and congratulations to all the local acts who would have helped make up the music festival. Mr. Colin Wyatt, Mr. Dejour. And I want to send a message out. This is an observation before I leave. Maybe Tough House, you can tell me what you think about it. But I think one of the things that the local artists have to work on more, and I'm saying local artists as in anyone that see themselves want to reach far in this music and entertainment in business, is to not just having a talent, but being able to connect with the people and being able to perform. Because if you see how Spice and Cartel and all those other people that, come on the stage, you have to interact with your crowd. And Mr. Christopher Martin, he ended with the goodness of God. So it says a lot. I listened to Mr. Dejour, and he have his regular music, but this guy can sing any kind of songs. And I think it's a great time that sometimes when persons have given the opportunity to go on out and sing, sometimes you got to look at your crowd and, you can actually, sing other artists' songs as well and bring the crowd in into your performance. And that says a lot. As one will say, cartel and spice shell down the place. Kitchens can shell down the place, but there's a lot of work needs to be done, continuation of working. And one of the ways that I see that can make this thing happen to shell down the place is to bring people in with you. Find songs that people know, because once people can sing the song with you, you're going to shell down the place. So once again, thank you so much for being here on The Real Talk with Lavi. I am Lavern Gumbs. Good night.
We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
Let's get real on WinFM. Hi, this is Lavi. Let's get real Wednesday nights at 8 on WinFM. Get ready for an hour of real talk that will keep you engaged and informed, bringing you insights, the hottest topics of the moment, and perspectives that matter from the runway to the political arena. Real Talk with Lavi covers all. Let's get real Wednesday nights at 8 on WinFM.